Welcome to the Entrepreneur Podcast, where we take a look inside the lives of the accomplished and successful businessmen and women. We'll get up close and personal with the founders of booming startups. So lean in and prepare to carry away something to skyrocket your own business. Please subscribe to our show and do leave us a review. It means a lot to us. Now, here's your host, Rajiv.
Hey listeners, welcome to the Entrepreneur Talk Show. I'm your host, Rajiv Unikrishnan, and this is the show where we talk about entrepreneurship and speak to great founders, entrepreneurs, and investors. Today we have with us Magali Vaz, founder of India's largest single-author lifestyle blog, Magali.com. This is the second show in our 6-part series of the Blogger Edit, a partnership between the Entrepreneur Podcast and the digital Rosé, showcasing the journey of blogging. Welcome, Magali.
Thank you for having me, Rajiv.
All right. Just a brief intro. Magali started a blog, Magalic, that's Magalic.com as a teenager, starting college. And since then, it's grown to be one of India's largest single-author lifestyle blogs, featured in multiple publications and nominated for prestigious awards by both Cosmo and Elle. Again, welcome to the show, Magali. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what's going on in your world today.
So this is my first time on a podcast. I'm sorry if I sound a little
Absolutely
bit
not
nervous,
a problem.
stuttery.
Yeah, no problem.
So I have my blog, but right now I'm actually doing a lot more YouTube.
Okay.
And I think by the time this goes live, my blog will have turned 8 and YouTube will have turned 3, if I'm not mistaken. I sometimes lose track of these things.
Excellent. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Tell us a little bit about, of course, your blog, Magalic.com, and also your YouTube channel. I mean, what inspired you to start it?
Sure. So I had known about what blogs were, and all since I was very young. I used to be a member on blogger.com before Google bought it. So I think they bought it in 2001
Oh, yes.
or something.
Years back.
Yeah, so I always had a blog, but it was always like I used to start a new blog, and write like 2 posts, abandon it. And I like the concept of it, but I couldn't really keep at a blog. And at the time when I was doing that, I didn't know a single other blogger in India at all. Or I did know that few guys were doing something or the other, but everything seemed very they were mostly tech blogs, I think a lot at that time.
Correct, yes.
And so no one was doing what I was doing. It was not serious, but no one was actually just writing about their life and all so much. So that's how I started my blog. It was just, at that time I used to be very focused towards writing. I thought I would become a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I didn't know what was going to happen, that I would change my plans. But still, so when I started college, I made the decision that, okay, let me just keep at this. Let me show myself that I can be consistent at something. So that's when I started it. And my blog has actually gone through many changes over the years, and I don't stay very constant on the same topic.
Okay.
Because one of the advice that I keep hearing to bloggers is pick your niche and all, and that works well for many people. And I do have some niches which are more prominent for me, like I would say fashion, beauty, travel. But overall, I've actually changed my blog. I've changed what I cover many times over the years to accommodate new or changing interests.
Got it. And what about the YouTube channel? That was an evolution from this, or?
Yes, absolutely. It was an evolution. So I'm a pretty awkward person. Especially when I was younger, I was really very awkward. And that's part of the reason I started a blog, because I thought it was a good way for me to express myself.
Okay.
I'm not really a person that can, go up and talk to people at that time at least, and make conversations on just various topics. So it was easier to do it online and writing. I was more comfortable that way. Then I think I discovered YouTube. YouTube as a website's been around for God knows how long. But then I discovered that there are people bloggers who are on YouTube who are making videos about fashion and beauty. And I always say that for a long time I thought that I would never join YouTube, because I never felt that I was the type of to be comfortable on camera. Some people are just naturals, and I am not.
Correct.
If you go back and watch my old videos also, you will see that I know that I just sounded pretty awful, but I liked it a lot because I started watching so many people, and it's a very it's very personal.
Okay.
I can connect to
Correct.
YouTubers much more than I can connect with bloggers. You get to know their personalities, what they like, what they don't like, and it just feels more personal. I may be regularly watching somebody on the other side of the world in UK and USA, and I feel like I know them.
Okay. All right.
I wanted to do this.
Great. So your blog has won quite a few awards from Cosmo, Elle, featured in many.
Actually, they've been nominated. I haven't won yet.
Any new accolades that have come up in the past few years that have not been mentioned for your blog or your vlog?
Not really. No, I mean I have been featured in the paper for this or that or something, but otherwise, no, I haven't really.
Okay, very very modest, I must say. So, how long have you been blogging for? I mean, what do you blog about primarily?
So primarily, I like to say that my blog is just an extension of me and my personality, my likes and dislikes. So the main topics that I cover, I do personal style. So like your regular fashion blog.
Correct.
So I'm not so adventurous with fashion, and I know there are people doing it much better than me, and people like styling really well. But I just started this to share my style, and I like that. I mean, I may not get some very magazine quality images or anything, but it's just the reason I started also fashion blogging was sharing a regular person's style.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And those are the blogs I like, and it's changed over the years a little bit. Now a lot of fashion blogs look really beautiful, and they look like magazine editorials, which is beautiful. But I just like sharing my style as a regular person, and many other people could relate to that.
Correct. I mean, so what's the thing you like most about blogging, and at the same time, what do you dislike about blogging?
Okay. So the things that I like the most about blogging, I would say, is that I'm able to connect with people, or that I'm able to sort of help people in some way, whatever it may be, whether I'm talking about some subject that doesn't get talked about a lot, whether just something awkward, or about women's stuff like period pain or a lingerie or something.
Correct.
They don't get talked about so much, and then people relate to that, or people say my tips help them, or even if I'm just reviewing a product, I'm giving a detailed review. Whenever you see my ads about products or whatever, they seem so much. They're just gimmicks.
Correct.
So if I like to review a product, I actually like to break it down and say what's good or bad about it, or even call out a brand if they release a really bad product, or
that's good.
A brand releases product, but it's only for fair people, and darker people can't use it.
Correct.
So I like that a lot, and then I like people getting feedback that either they discovered something because of me and they love it, whether it's a new tea brand or whatever, or that they were saved from buying something. I gave it an honest bad review.
Correct. Okay.
So I like when people, I'm able to help people in that sense.
Okay.
That's pretty rewarding.
All right. So what topics interest you? What inspires you to create new posts?
It can be a different thing every day, or not just one thing, but I really like covering new makeup, and so I would post about makeup, or I like tea. So anything that interests me among that, or exploring my city, exploring a new city, lots of different things.
Okay. Got it. So how do you retain probably a uniqueness with your blog or vlog at the same time? I mean, how are you creating your own niche?
I don't know. I think that can be difficult because blogging, I was one of the first people in India to do it at this extent. But YouTube, there were people already doing it. And I think that if somebody is successful and you see them, I wouldn't say you would copy them, but subconsciously you would think that, I need to be like that, successful. I need to embody those mannerisms or do the same kind of things. I think it's really important to realize that there's an audience for everything, and the best thing you can do if you want to start a blog or YouTube is just to work on your strengths, see what you know, what you like, and know what knowledge you may have that maybe others don't have.
Correct.
That type of knowledge you can share. So
that's
what I try to do, just talk about something that hasn't been talked about. Just try to keep things casual. don't
Got it.
just buy into gimmicks
Got it.
and stuff like that.
What's the best thing of being a fashion blogger?
I think working with brands is really nice.
Correct.
Because firstly, you're able to make a living out of it, and it's just nice to be recognized by brands, of admiring or something like that.
Okay. Is fashion a part of your daily everyday life?
I wouldn't say every day, to be honest. I know a lot of people say they live and breathe fashion, but no, it's something I like doing. But I'm not the type of person that will like go out every day looking very polished. Something I just enjoy doing some days.
Okay. And what is your personal style statement?
My personal style statement changes a lot.
Okay.
It has evolved over the years. I would say right now I'm really into contemporary fashion, and I'm definitely more minimal in my approach to fashion. Don't like a lot of accessories or crowded, noisy stuff. Just keep it simple.
Got it. So, what aspects of the business do you take care of? Is it like being a blogger? I think most of bloggers do everything of taking care of all the aspects of the blog, marketing, SEO, everything. Do you also take care of everything on your own?
Yes, pretty much I do, and I am going a little crazy right now. So I have been thinking for a few months that I need to get someone or the other on board, but I've not been like very keen to do it in the past. I've been like, okay, I want to do this by myself, and I wouldn't make a good boss. But now I realize I have to. So I do have some people do certain things on my behalf, like the digital Rosé represents me. I'm also a part of the POPxo Blog Network.
Correct.
So none of these people exclusively manage me, but it's nice to be a part of them, and they do handle some collaborations sometimes.
Okay.
But generally, 100% me. My mom helps a lot with photos and stuff.
Correct.
But the back-end work, it's all me. I built my website on my own, everything.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. So, in terms of what apps do you use for photo editing and also video editing? What's your routine like typically?
Yeah, so I do a lot of photo editing on my phone itself.
Okay.
I have a nice camera. Yeah, that can instantly transfer pictures to my phone. You know, the Wi-Fi on the camera.
Correct.
So if I have lost, I have an iPhone 6 Plus, but I've lost faith in the camera on it. So I'll usually take a photo with my camera, and in 2 minutes I can transfer it to my phone. So Visco is a nice app for
Correct.
editing really aesthetic filters that look a little like film. I shot film a lot when I was younger.
Okay.
So it's a nice nostalgia factor.
Okay.
And on the video editing side, it's just Final Cut Pro.
Oh, great. All right. So moving on to Instagram. So you're on Instagram as Magali_C. What do you post most on Instagram? Is it a replication of your blog?
I would say now it has become the best of what goes on my blog.
Got it.
Or promoting a YouTube videos, just pictures like that, travel, food, fashion.
Okay. And any Instagrammers whom you really like?
I think Devashri is doing a really nice thing. She's a beauty YouTuber. Primarily, she does beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of other people, I think among international bloggers who are on Instagram, I really like Park and Q. And yeah,
All right.
there are more probably, but then I would have to go through my following just to see.
So if there's one thing your fellow bloggers or Instagrammers just got to try now, what's it going to be?
I don't know. I really think everybody should try making videos at some point.
Correct.
I really enjoy watching YouTube videos, and I think it's a very personal way to connect with people.
Okay. So moving on to brands, what's your favorite part about being an influencer?
I would say getting a lot of really nice opportunities, especially travel opportunities, are something really great. Even working with brands here, fashion brands, is amazing. But travel opportunities means it's like the best. You get to experience a new place and also create content around it. I just partnered with like the Thai Tourism Authority, and I had gone to Bangkok.
Oh, you do
September.
So you do not only fashion, but even like these type of government brands, travel brands, etc.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not only fashion, beauty, and travel.
Oh, great! So that's you'll be busy throughout the year then.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
So, in your opinion, what is the most essential trait bloggers should have?
I would say you need to be able to write,
Correct.
at least at a basic level, at a proper level where you can frame sentences and spell. That's absolutely essential. You should have a unique voice, and you should also have integrity, which is really important. I think disclosure is becoming something that's really important, and a lot of bloggers and
Correct.
YouTubers overlook. And as a reader or a viewer, it can be disheartening when a blogger doesn't disclose properly. It's sponsored, but they're trying to pass it off as not sponsored. So that is weird because I know, like, I want to be able to trust the blogger, and if I trust a blogger, there's nothing wrong with doing sponsored things. But
Correct.
we need to
Absolutely.
be able to show that okay, it is sponsored, but I
It's an
still
honest
deliver the
review.
message.
Correct.
Yes.
What's your advice on the importance of original content and quality of content?
I don't know. Both are really very important.
Okay.
I think that when you're just starting out creating content for a blog or something, you're never going to be happy with it.
Correct.
The quality is not going to start and be amazing from day one. But you need to be able to work at it, and it will improve big time. So the quality thing, yeah, it's there. Now a lot of people just hire photographers to do the visual work for them,
Correct.
which is nice, I guess. I've done it very, very occasionally, but generally I like doing it on my own.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so I don't think that you need to have like stunning images all the time, because
Okay.
it's story that counts more.
And you've had tremendous growth over the past few years in terms of followers, visits to your website, etc. I mean, has the growth been beyond what you expected?
I'm not sure. I can't say I really expected anything. I don't do like vision boards and dreams about the future. I just concentrate on what I'm doing that time, try to do it well, and I know that if I put something out there, it will grow if I'm consistent and good.
Got it. So there's so many, I mean, today there's so many fashion blogs, YouTube channels, etc. on fashion and lifestyle, of course. I mean, what way, one thing, if you had to say, would make your product different from the others?
I don't know. I just try to keep it real and talk about my life and my experience. I'm not an expert in everything, but I just like to share whatever I go through, and I hope that like I'm very authentic, especially on my vlog channel and all. I'm just like, I don't really think about what I say. I don't
Correct.
really have a filter or anything. It's just me telling my thoughts. Sometimes they've been controversial. Like in a video, I criticized demonetization, and people were really angry. But I stick by what I say, and yeah,
Okay.
that's that.
Okay. So moving on to, I mean, your experience and being an entrepreneur, etc. So who has inspired you the most over time? And what's the best advice you've received again over time?
I don't really know. I don't think I've been inspired by one person. I think I am inspired by the blogosphere around me and
Okay.
people doing cool stuff, but no one person. And advice also, I don't really know. I think I dispense more advice than receive.
Okay. And where do you see yourself and your YouTube channel and your blog in the next 2 to 3 years?
I hope that I can keep doing what I'm doing right now. Maybe better quality. I'm pretty regular now. I'm doing 3 YouTube videos a week, so
Oh, that's good.
I'm happy with that. Yeah, I just want to keep that up, and
Okay.
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Great. So now we move to a part of the show, which is a quick fire round. Okay. Simple, brief answers. Okay. So when people ask you, what do you do? How do you answer that?
I say that I make content on the internet, basically.
All right. What's the first word that comes to mind when I say work?
Computer,
Family?
mom and dad, and my cats actually.
Technology?
iPhone,
Food?
the face.
Designers?
I don't really know.
Okay. What's your favorite accessory you can't live without?
Definitely my wristwatch.
All right. And what's one piece of tech you can't live without?
Have to be my phone.
All right. And what do you excel at that people might not realize? or know about?
I'm pretty good at photography, and I also did analog photography for a few years. So I like getting technical with it.
Great. Your favorite city globally?
Bangkok.
Oh, great. And finally, one last thought or piece of advice you want to give our listeners who may want to start their own blogs and YouTube channel someday?
Okay, I think it might sound cliched, but if you've been thinking about it, just go for it. The longer you wait, it's not going to be great for you. So just go for it and don't worry too much about the nitty-gritties along the way. As long as you can devote a lot of time and energy to it and you like doing it, just go for it.
Great. And how can our listeners reach you and also your blog, your YouTube channel, and other channels?
Okay, so my blog is magali.com.
Okay.
So you can visit there, and then there are links to basically everything else. You can tweet me and say hi. Come say hi on Instagram. I reply to all my messages.
Great. Okay.
And yeah.
All right. Again, Magali, thanks for taking the time to talk to us and inspiring our listeners to start their fashion and lifestyle ventures. And all the very best at building and scaling your blog, YouTube channel, and your social media empire.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and best of luck with the Entrepreneur Podcast as well.
Thank you. Do visit magalic.com or magali_c on Instagram, and visit us on the asianentrepreneur.com to get the show notes. And please let us know how you like this series of our partnership and leave a thought about the show. Thank you.
Thank you for listening, and please subscribe to the show so you don't miss an episode. In the meantime, head over to theasianentrepreneur.com and check out show notes and other information to motivate you in your entrepreneurial endeavors.